Hey everyone, Nathan Bowman with Draper Inc. Today we are going to cover configuring a bond bridge for use with IntelliFlex IO. First thing you need to do is ensure that you have configured an IP address on your IP gateway or power panel for this configuration. That will be the first step prior to jumping into the bond bridge application. Once we have our IP configured on our gateway or our power panel, we can go ahead and jump right into the bond bridge app. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is hit the plus sign in the top right corner to add our Bond Bridge Pro to the application. From here, you're going to be given two options, a Bridge Pro or a Bridge. Please note that Draper only offers the Bridge Pro. So we're going to select the Bridge Pro to continue. From here, we're going to press the Start button at the bottom of the screen. The app will automatically discover the Bond Bridge Pro. If the app, for some reason, cannot discover the Pro, please note that there is a QR code on the bottom of the bond bridge that can be scanned to bring that into the app manually. From here, you want to select if you are configuring your Bond Bridge Pro over Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Please note for this video purpose, we have done this over Wi-Fi. Alright, now the app has found the bond bridge that I'm trying to set up, so now I'm going to select that to be able to configure and name the bond. From here, you want to ensure that you provide your bridge with a name and set the location. That way, if you are doing any schedules or timed events, it is tracking the correct time zone. Next, it is going to connect to the Wi-Fi that is on the premises for the project. So find your Wi-Fi, connect to it. And from here, we will just allow the bond to reach out to the cloud server and do initial configuration. If for any reason your bond does not connect during this step, please back out and retry connecting to Wi-Fi again. Now my bond is configured, I can bring it into the app. There it is. Now I'm going to move on to configuring my IP information for my bond bridge. To do this, I'm going to simply click on my bond bridge right on my main screen, and it will open my settings menu. From here, I'm going to navigate down to advanced settings and expand that menu. I will then scroll down and select network settings. From here, you want to select advanced network settings, and then scroll down to the Ethernet section. By default, the bond bridge will be set up as DHCP. If you are plugging directly into a router and want to leave it as DHCP, that is fine. However, most projects will set up a static IP, so in this instance we are going to select static and then save. Now from here, I'm going to set up my static IP information. If your project has specific static IP configuration that they would like you to use, that is where you will input that information. However, if your project has not provided you with specific IP information to configure into your setup, you can use the IP provided in the Bond Bridge Pro instructions. Alright, from here, just confirm that your IP information is correct, and then hit save in the top right corner. Okay, we have our bond bridge set up for IP configuration. We have our bond bridge pulled into the app. Now we need to bring our window shades into the app. So we're going to back out of the menu settings, go back to the main home screen of the application. And from here, to add shades to the Bond Bridge Pro, I'm going to press the plus sign in the top right corner. On the Add a New Device screen, I want to select Devices, Shade, Roof, Screens, and Awnings. On this screen, if you have multiple bond bridges, this is where you will select the specific bond bridge that you would like to add these shades into. If you only have one bond bridge on the project, you may not see this screen, it may bypass it, but this is where you would select the specific bond bridge if you had multiple configured. And then from here, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom of the list until you see Draper IntelliFlex IO. Select that. On this screen, we want to ensure that we enable the Draper integration. So the gray circle, we will press that and that will turn into a blue circle, noting that the integration is live. From here, click on Bowman Residence Enabled. That will open the web browser. This is where we are going to do some last-minute configuration prior to making our connection to the IP gateway or power panel. Step 1 that we want to do, if we are connecting via Wi-Fi, is to prioritize the routing. So we will scroll down to the routing section of this menu, and we will select prioritize Wi-Fi route and then select apply routing. Now from here, if you have multiple bond bridges on a project, you will also want to set up your subnet configuration. This will tell which bond bridge, what IP gateway or power panel to listen to. Now that Wi-Fi routing has been prioritized, if you have multiple bond bridges on your project, you need to set up the subnet so your bond bridge knows which IP gateway or power panel to reach out to and pull the shades from. So for this, you will navigate up to the subnet section and you will input the IP address for the specific IP gateway or power panel that this bond bridge will be connected to and pulling the shades from. In addition to that, as you can see, it has a truncated subnet mask at the end of the IP address. Draper has a list of the truncated subnet mask. Please reference the bond bridge instructions for further information. Okay, now that I have my IP address and truncated subnet mask, I'm going to hit apply subnet. Okay, now that we have all IP configurations out of the way, we are ready to make our final connection from the bond bridge to our gateway or power panel. So out of the back of the bond bridge from the Ethernet port, you will take a patch cable and plug directly into the IP A or B port on either an IntelliFlex IO IP gateway or an IO-DC low voltage power panel. Now that I've made that connection, I need to discover my motors, so I'm going to navigate to the top and click Discover Motors. After I've done that, I will scroll to the bottom of the screen. More often than not, my shades will automatically populate at the bottom in the device table. However, if they do not, simply click the refresh button and your list of shades should populate. And there they are. Now that I've confirmed that all of my shades and controls have populated in the web interface, I can simply back into the app and my shades should populate there. As you can see, my shades automatically populated, but if for some reason they did not, you can simply drag down from the top of the screen to refresh the page, and within a few moments, the shades should populate. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to Draper Technical Support at 1-800-238-7999, select option 3.